Hi, I'm Zach, and today we're going to talk about end nippers, also known as end cutters. Stay tuned to find out why you need a pair, or maybe why you don't. On this channel, our goal is to equip you with the best tools and techniques needed to maintain and repair a house. Let's dig in. Let's start by taking a look at how these cutters are constructed and what different applications we might use them in. As we come in closer, you can see that the cutting jaws are oriented perpendicular to the handles. So these are very similar to, say, a pair of side cutters, except that the jaws on a pair of side cutters are more or less parallel to the handles. So these are going to be used in an application where we want to get really close to a wall, really close to a board. Here I have a few nails and screws driven into a 2x6, and if I wanted to cut those off flush, a pair of end nippers is the way I would do that, and I could just put those jaws right on there and cut that off. Now these are going to get really close to the board. It's going to cut it close to flush, but it's not going to be, 100%. As you can see, the thinnest part of those jaws, where they actually do the cutting action, is still probably a 1/16 inch away from the very end, the very face of the jaw itself. A more common application for these is actually to pull a nail or a screw or a staple out of a piece of wood. Let's bring the camera closer into the workbench and see how that actually works. Here we have a few nails, a screw, and some electrical staples in this block, and we'll demonstrate pulling them out and how to use these pullers. To do that, we're just going to grip lightly on that nail. We want to grip tightly enough that it grabs hold of the nail, but not so much that we cut it off. So once we have a good grip, we'll just bend it over, and there we go. I was gripping hard enough to actually cut that nail. There we go. Now I took another bite at it, and thankfully I wasn't gripping the whole way down flush with the board, so I didn't cut it off to where I couldn't get to it anymore, and I could take another bite at it. Let's try this other one. So this nail is a little bit heftier, and again, we can either go this way or we can go this way. And it just takes some getting used to the tool, figuring out what works best for you to determine how you best handle it, which direction you can get a better bite on them. And another thing that it, again, kind of depends on is what angle you're at, what other framing might be in the way if you're working on a house. Just a variety of factors that are situationally dependent. Now here's an example where I took a bite, I pulled it out as far as I reasonably could. I'm going to go back and take another bite and just kind of take it out, 1/4 inch at a time until the whole nail is out. Now here's a drywall screw. I probably have that screwed down in maybe 1/4, 3/8, or 1/2 inch, probably 1/2 inch at least. And this is going to be really tough to cut with these nippers. They're not really meant to cut any kind of big, any heavy gauge nails or screws, and usually screws are a little bit harder than any kind of nail or staple. But there again, I can grip onto it and use it to pull it out. Now that would be especially useful, say the head of this broke off and there's not enough room to get a pair of vice grips on there to twist it out. I can grab one with these end nippers and just pull it out. This is an application that these things can come in really handy if we need to move a circuit around. Say we have a wire stapled to a joist and we need to do some work on that joist. I can go in and without getting anywhere in danger of cutting the wire, I can bring this right in along the edge there, grip on just enough to grab that staple, and just kind of inch that out little by little. I can work on this side. Once I have that pretty much out, and I can go over to the other side, grab that. There, staple's all bent up, but it's pulled out, and I can move that wire and turn around however I need to and go ahead and take out the rest of the staples to get the job done. As you can see, these end nippers have a somewhat limited application. You're not going to really be doing a lot of cutting with them. It's more going to be for pulling staples or nails. If you're a remodeling contractor and you're doing a lot of work where you're moving an electrical circuit or you're removing fasteners from a wall that you're going to need to replace, pick up a set of these. They'll be well worth the time and the money invested. On the other hand, if you're a new construction contractor or really don't do any kind of remodeling work, a pair of side cutters can essentially do the same job in a pinch as these end nippers will, slightly less efficiently, but it'll still get the job done. That's all for today. Don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about future videos just like this one. Join us next time for more tools and techniques to get the job done.